On Saturday, April 23rd, 2022, our most caring Supreme Master Ching Hai graciously took time from her precious retreat to call Supreme Master Television team members to check on their well-being and to share an inspiring true story of a famous All-Axis or Vietnamese legend. During the conference, the team members also shared some good news concerning recent world events.
Master, Ukraine has liberated 934 settlements from the Russian army so far, and life in these areas is gradually returning to normal, President Volodymyr Zelensky said on April 20th. In a video addressed to the nation, President Zelensky said that 934 settlements have already been liberated. Police resumed work in 435 settlements. Local self-government started working in 431 communities. The work of humanitarian headquarters was launched in 361 settlements.
Nice.
The Ukrainian government is gradually restoring people's access to medical and educational services and social protection bodies, he added.
Thanks God. Thanks God. Yeah. Should be more.
Yes.
Should be more.
Yes.
Because there's no reason that they deserve all this suffering and pain and destruction for nothing.
Yes, Master.
It doesn't serve anybody except killing and warring and murdering and evil intentions.
Yes.
It doesn't help anybody. How can the Russian president say he wants to liberate this and that and then make people die and suffer in a mass grave? They bury so many hundreds or thousands of them.
Yes.
And make people suffer without food, without drink also in some of these hideouts and didn't let them go out. Whenever anybody went out, they bombed them and all that and cheated them, saying that we have a humanitarian corridor. And then when they came out, bombed them as well. Or laced the whole road with bombs. There's a little dog, he went all over diligently. He discovered 90 bombs at least.
Wow.
The hidden ones on the ground.
Wow.
The hero dog on duty in Ukraine. Tonight in Ukraine, a 2-year-old Jack Russell named Patron helping the Ukrainians clear bombs, starting his day, his protective vest on. A bomb disposal worker putting the vest on too, opening the door. At Jack Russell hopping in. They are in Chernihiv, clearing the city of explosives, searching for dangerous debris left behind by the Russians, sniffing in the field, digging in the dirt. Tonight, that Jack Russell is credited with helping to find nearly 90 explosive devices. The team then clearing the landmines and shells.
On the streets, oh my God. Every time there's war, there's always bombs left behind.
Yes, Master.
Those they're hiding around and people don't know. And then there's another second war when they maim themselves on the minefield.
Yes, Master.
And the suffering is no end. This is evil, beyond evil. I don't care who says what. For me, it's truly beyond evil to wage war with somebody who has done nothing to you.
Yes, Master.
And talking this and that and all these despicable talks and excuses.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, okay, never mind. Anything else?
Yes, Master. According to Ukraine's general staff, the armed forces launched a counter-offensive and drove out Russian troops from Marinka, which is less than 10 kilometers west of Donetsk. Marinka was last controlled by Ukraine in mid-March.
Okay, good. Very good. Okay, somebody else?
Yes, Master.
Tell.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky formally submitted a completed questionnaire on European Union membership to an envoy on Monday, and said he believed this step would lead to his country gaining candidate status within weeks.
Yeah, okay.
He said, "We strongly believe that this procedure, granting of candidate status, will take place in the coming weeks and that it will be positive for the history of our people, given the price they paid on the path to independence and democracy."
Very good.
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah.
Right.
We heard that. So we hope that it really will come true and as soon as possible.
Right. Yes, we hope.
Yes, Master.
All right. Anything else?
Yes, so a fifth exchange of prisoners with Russia took place on April 19th, and 76 Ukrainians returned home. Among those exchanged were 60 Ukrainian servicemen, including 10 officers of the armed forces. And another previous exchange on April 14th was held, returning home 22 Ukrainian servicemen and 8 civilians.
Okay, that's not a lot.
Yeah.
According to the news, Russia holds tens of thousands in almost like concentration camps in Russia.
Wow.
I hope they will return soon also. They kind of forced them to go out because they had no food, no water anywhere.
Yes, Master.
And the army or military of Russia came in and, of course, pushed them out.
Yes.
They had to go out. Their children had nothing to eat, nothing to drink, something like that. No milk,
Yes.
no warm things, nothing. They hide in the cellar and all that. So sometimes they are forced to go out. It's the same now. Russia is blockading the steel plant in Mariupol, and they just want to force them to come out because they will have no water, no food. Within some days, they will not have anything anymore. There are civilians and also defenders hiding under there. Originally, they wanted to bomb them, but then suddenly Putin changed his mind.
Yes.
Wanted to catch them alive or something. They say that we have to blockade so that not even one fly can get out of there.
Заблокируйте эту промышленную зону так, чтобы муха не пролетела.
Thousands of troops and innocent civilians remain trapped inside a steel plant in the city surrounded by Russian forces. Putin ordered his troops to seal off the plant to try and starve the Ukrainians. Meanwhile, west of Mariupol, new satellite images show more than 200 mass graves, with what a Ukrainian official estimates are 3,000 to 9,000 bodies.
Oh, God, evil, wicked. I cannot believe any being who dons a human garb can do such evil things to people, children, women, weak, elderly, without blinking an eye.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, and for what? For what?
No reason.
That's wicked evil.
Yes, Master.
And there's rumor that he's sick right now. I'm surprised if he's not sick. Okay, never mind. Anything else?
Yes, also the presidents of Poland and the Baltic states visit Kiev.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. I saw that.
As well as the island's foreign minister, in show of solidarity. Yeah.
Many, yeah?
Yes.
It's good so. And NATO says that they are arranging their army alongside the Russian border. Well, why don't they arrange it on the Ukrainian border with Russia instead of just other nations?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they should have done that before. Then we would not have this war.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, Master.
Then many thousands of people will not have died, including Russians. I'm not happy to see Russians die either.
Yes.
I keep telling you, they're so young, handsome, and idealistic.
Yes.
They want to fight, but not like this. Not such an ugly and despicable and below hell kind of fighting.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Just killing innocent people by the thousands like that and dig a big grave and throw them all in there. Not to talk about individual cases of raping or harming or torturing yet.
This is a war with mass digital evidence.
Они бежали просто.
Every Russian atrocity could be recorded, and as the Kremlin's finding out, every illegal order potentially intercepted and exposed.
Машина проехала, не увидели там машины или техника, и 2 человека с рощи по гражданке.
Да валите всех нахуй там, ебаный в рот, блядь.
Я понял. Тут
Чего
вся
вы
деревня
тупите,
в
сука,
гражданке.
своёбы, блядь? Едет гражданская нахуй, в расход, сука, всех.
Intentionally targeting civilians, something Russia categorically denies is a war crime. Kremlin blames Ukrainian forces for the devastation and the bloodshed. But hours of audio recordings said to be of Russian soldiers communicating with their commanders and released by the Ukrainian security services seem to tell a very different story. One of civilian areas laid to waste by Russian forces on purpose.
Лупи везде, блядь. По западу, нахуй, по населенным пунктам прямо, хуярь, блядь. Понял, нет? Так и делаю.
На запад мне кинь туда, нахуй, несколько штук, блядь. Вот эти все ближайшие, нахуй, вот от меня там, блядь.
Все, понял, сейчас передам координаты.
Ебани туда нахуй побольше, блядь, чтобы сравнять эти два села, блядь.
And killing civilians isn't the only excess of which Russian forces are accused. Multiple reports have emerged of rape of young women, even children, by rampaging troops. One intercept records a Russian soldier in a tank regiment telling a horrified woman on the other end of the line what he knew.
Тут, короче, вообще танкистов 3. Взяли девчонку, изнасиловали.
Кто?
3 танкиста. 16-летнюю девчонку.
Наши?
Да.
And plunging morale among inexperienced soldiers, some as young as 18. Disturbed by the violence and desperate for peace so they can go home.
Уебали и съебались сидеть нахуй, лишь бы нахуй не влетело.
Ты будешь ветераном спецоперации на Украине. Путин подписал приказ.
Ветераны, ебало эти все медали, нам тут медалей нахуй наобещали. Типа вы каждый получите медаль, еще за эту медаль деньги. Я говорю, идите вы нахуй, везите меня домой, и мне нахуй ваши медали.
But instead of medals, there are now growing calls for those suspected of war crimes to be tried.
Oh, it's terrible. Okay, tell me.
And one more here. 2/3 of people from Kiev have already returned to the capital.
Very good. Yes, I heard that also they managed to get some people out, escaped from Mariupol. And they told horrible stories.
Yeah.
Horrible stories. I heard one very bad story, like the Russians gave, when they corner the Ukrainians, and then they had to come out and using bread or milk to bait them out.
Oh.
And one family, one older woman, one man said his mother took the milk home. And when she opened it, she saw something inside. And later they say that there was a bomb inside.
Oh my God.
Not a kind of big bomb, of course. In the carton inside. She saw that the carton was already, this is open.
Yes.
She was saying maybe somebody already drank it, so she checked it out. And she saw something inside. And it was like a booby trap.
Wow.
Yeah. If they probably shook it harder or drank it, then they would have been blown to pieces.
Oh my God.
They will become milk themselves.
Oh no.
That's how the Russians are doing charity in Ukraine.
Wow.
So evil.
Yeah, so evil. And even dare to boast about it on TV. They say, we went there just to give them food and blankets. No, that's all that BS. Oh, God. I cannot believe any human could be so evil like that. So they did really give something, but they gave it with a booby trap.
Wow.
Maybe that's why so many people died.
Oh, yes.
Those who are unsuspecting.
Right.
Yes, Master.
And so hungry, so thirsty, they did not think, they just drank.
Yes.
That's how many people died. They don't even have to bomb them a lot. You know, they detonate themselves and with their family die together.
Yes.
Master.
And this is just one instance that they discovered. Many other people died already who could not have a chance to say anything.
Yes, Master.
And nobody would know why they died. Some they know because the hands were tied behind the back and shot in the head. That's different. But people who just died anonymously like that, they would never find out how.
Yes.
Imagine giving children milk and then they put a detonating thing in it. How evil can it be?
Yes, Master.
Oh, I think that the international court should bring Putin, make him answer for all this.
Right.
Yes, Master.
There's no need to examine too long and investigate what, huh?
Right.
Evidence is all over, everywhere.
Yes, Master.
The UN tonight saying human rights officers documented the unlawful killings of 50 civilians in Bucha, many executed. In total, verifying more than 5,200 civilian casualties, nearly 2,400 of those killed. But the official toll will likely be much greater. A top UN official describing it as a horror story of violations perpetrated against civilians.
We saw for ourselves the disturbing scene in this basement where 5 men appeared to have been executed.
I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bodies in this tiny room in this basement where Ukrainians say people have been tortured, and I can see their hands behind their backs.
Just the fact that they came to peaceful land and kill so many like that, that's enough already. There's no need for any more evidence.
That's right.
Exactly.
Right, Master.
Yeah. Okay, tell me. Anything else?
Yes, Master. G7 finance ministers have pledged more than 24 billion US dollars to Ukraine. The amount is for 2022 and beyond, adding that they were prepared to do more as needed. In a statement, the ministers said they regretted Russia's participation in international forums, including the G20 International Monetary Fund and World Bank meetings this week.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
That's what they should do.
Right.
That's what they should do. What for is the money sitting there doing nothing?
Exactly.
It should help the good cause.
Yes.
Not just Ukraine, but also other elsewhere, wherever needed, in the war-torn countries.
Yes.
Many people forgot, but Russia, they have the bloody hands everywhere.
Right.
Like in Azerbaijan before,
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Nagorno-Karabakh, and killed the ethnic people. That was Russia behind it. Then Russia went in for peacekeeping. Yeah, of course. What else? Huh?
Yes, Master.
Yeah, incited people to kill each other and then went in for peacekeeping. That's also Russia.
Right.
And Russia was also in Mali. They're killing people there and then they frame it on the French, on France. Recently, news is all over like that. And of course, many other regions before, I told you already.
Right.
Yes, Master.
Everywhere you look, there's Russian bloody hands everywhere. Behind it or right in front of it or in the middle of it.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
So, actually, the Russians under Putin, they committed genocide everywhere. It's not just the first time.
It was obvious for me, but that what is about to happen to Ukraine is basically just a copy-paste job that Russia would do not only to our own country years after years and decades and centuries, but to many other countries. Russia spent so much resources for decades before it to erase any evidence about those atrocities committed against neighboring nations or even indigenous nations inside Russia. And it's still spending insane amount of money, even to this day, to try to hijack narrative or trying to erase those stories and erase our voices telling those. And I put this picture of Grozny in Chechnya, which was razored down to the ground by Putin in 2000s, the same way Mariupol or Kharkiv or other Ukrainian cities look like.
It's like a pattern. They go everywhere just to terrorize people, frighten people into surrender and submission.
Yes, indeed.
And still kill them anyway, including elderly.
Yes.
Стреляли инвалидскую машину, знак висит, инвалиды. Дедушка лет за 70 и бабушка, два старика, которые ехали додому. Їх упор стоячих на знак стоп. Вони остановилися, їх розстріляли. Парюки і просто. Дедушка і бабушка розстріляли.
Подивіться, як вони пішли удвох зразу всі на той світ. Дивіться, ось вони тут останні миті життя.
Even cut their heads, cut their throats. The older man, what can he do? It's his house for all his life. Where would he go?
Right.
Yeah.
They pushed him, and then if he didn't go, just cut his head like that. What had he done?
Nothing.
Nothing. Just stay in his own house. Old man didn't have anybody to take care of him.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
He had nowhere to go. Maybe he couldn't even walk well. Where would he walk to?
Right,
Yes.
right.
And then just went to his house and cut his head like that. And even filmed it for fun.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, that's how we know it. They didn't do it just behind the curtain or behind doors. They did it right in front of the whole world, just to frighten everybody. Maybe that's why people are afraid of Putin.
Oh.
But I don't know. Putin should be afraid of all the world as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's right.
I don't know why people are so cowardly. I think they're getting a little better now. But otherwise, they just all cowards.
Right,
All right,
yes.
tell me, anything else?
Russia lost its position on the Permanent Forum of Indigenous Issues, to which Ukraine was elected by an overwhelming majority. And Russia also lost its seat on the UN Committee on the Non-Governmental Organizations, UNICEF, and the UN Women.
Very good. Excellent. But that is too little, too late.
Yes.
UN didn't do anything much.
Yes,
Master.
They have the Security Council, they have all the world supporting them, and they did nothing to give Ukraine security.
Yes, Master, that's right.
What a hoax. All these fake things. You know, they just sit there, eat themselves to obesity, doing nothing much. Such a shame.
Yes, Master.
I would be ashamed if I were the UN leaders or other big members in there. I would be very ashamed. I would resign. If I couldn't do anything, I would resign. Anything else?
Yes, Master. Recently, Korean leaders sent personal letters to each other.
Yeah, I saw that. Good.
KCNA said Moon sent a letter to Kim on Wednesday in which he promised to continue pushing for unification based on joint declarations reached at the Inter-Korean summits of 2018, despite calling the situation difficult. Kim reportedly replied on Thursday that their summits were historic and gave people hope for the future. And on Friday, KCNA said Kim thanked Moon for trying to improve relations between the two countries, calling the letter exchange an expression of deep trust.
Very good relationship now.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a big hope for both countries. Very good. Yeah, I saw that also, and I was very happy. Okay, that's it, right? Anything else?
Yes, Master. A group of volunteers have created an internet website to facilitate donations and help to Ukrainians. And the website has interactive maps with humanitarian warehouses abroad. People who want to donate medicine, goods for children, or any food or humanitarian aids can find a suitable warehouse nearest to them to do that.
Very nice. That's how humans should be. How humans should behave.
Yes, Master.
Helping each other instead of killing or harming each other. This is the way.
Yes, Master.
This is the way if you are believing in God or even just believing in humanity's goodness.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
I don't understand it because Russia is supposed to be Orthodox Christian.
Yes.
Have patriarchs, this, patriarchs, that. Even advised President Putin to go ahead with the war and support it. What kind of Christianity is this?
Yes, Master.
Not to talk about a high priest of Christianity, Orthodox even. What kind of orthodoxy is that? All these killers, murderers.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Supporting Putin is the same as supporting murderers.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
That's true.
And especially if you're the head of a church in Russia, then people would trust you and believe in you, and then what do? Huh? You support murderers. You encourage murdering innocents.
Yes. Horrible.
Yes, Master.
All these churches should be emptied. No one should go into this kind of church anymore to be contaminated with this devilish kind of doctrine and stupidity and evilness. God is everywhere. You just stay at home, gather together your family or maybe your neighbors, and just read the Bible and pray to God. That should be the church also, your house.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
You should not have to go to build big churches that cost them millions, hundreds of millions, and repairing and cost of maintenance all the time, and doing this kind of murdering, or raping children even, or supporting the war of murder en masse.
Yes, Master.
And eating all these big chickens, big pork, big beef to the field and look so big and massive, and drinking all this alcohol and talking evil.
Yes, Master.
All the people should leave this kind of church. Only go to the churches where they check out that the priests are really pure and good and holy.
Yes,
Yes.
right, Master.
At least don't encourage others to go out and kill God's children.
Right.
Right.
They better stay home and read the Bible
Yes.
Yes.
and believe God in their heart and do charity. Help the other children of God. That's what I would do.
Most beloved Master, our heartfelt gratitude for benevolently encouraging the world towards the righteous path of empathy and love for all humans and animal people alike. We pray that all leaders immediately turn away from evil influences and embrace kindness, compassion, and forgiveness between neighbors so that we may stop all wars and finally embrace world peace. We wish Precious Master to be in the best of health and in constant safety provided by all splendid, glorious heavens. To hear the fascinating true All-Axis or Vietnamese legend as told by Supreme Master Ching Hai and to listen to the rest of her captivating talk with the Supreme Master Television team members, please tune in to Between Master and Disciples at a later date for the full broadcast of this conference. Also, for your reference, please check out the previous related Fly-In News or Between Master and Disciples conferences such as Fly-In News, Treasure Others' Lives by Making Peace, Only Peacemakers Can Go to Heaven, The United Spirit of the Ukrainian People Shines Before the World, Ukraine's Noble Willpower is Stronger Than Russia's Force, Putin Must Call for Immediate Ceasefire in Ukraine, Between Master and Disciples, Governments worldwide must stand with Ukraine. Powerful countries must be courageous and help Ukraine. Heaven is aiding Ukraine in the war between good and evil. Supreme Master Ching Hai's thoughts on the urgent situation in Ukraine. The world left Ukraine to fight alone. Inspiring good news in support of Ukraine. Big powers did not keep their promise to Ukraine.